I want to play with dangerous chemicals. Welcome to Jackass. Let's get into it. How do we make this look like this? A lot of classic consoles use this plastic to make their shells, and I'm talking Nintendo, Sega, Sony, Atari even. They all use this same plastic called acrylonitrile butadiene styrene to make the hard plastic shells for their consoles. Now, you probably already know what this is. It's called ABS. So I'm sure that you have seen, if you're paying attention to any of the household plastics that you have, you'll see the little ABS symbol on it. You ever played with Legos before? ABS plastic. Automotive plastics are oftentimes ABS, as well as kitchen appliances. It's great for injection molding. You can dye it pretty much any color you want, and it's pretty okay with general wear and tear. The downside to ABS is that it doesn't really have any good UV protection against it, and long-term heating is pretty detrimental to it. It causes a lot of yellowing, and it can make the plastic pretty darn brittle. I mean, observed time and time again, we can see the notable yellowing on classic consoles like the NES that I'm currently working on. So the process that I want to put the plastic through, the chemical process that I want to use here, is not technically retrobriting once again. There's a lot of really interesting discrepancies with what retrobriting actually is, and I'm going to get into that more, but let's go ahead and start building the container for this. I want to use this ice chest because it has a butthole. I want to use this thing because it can, it can hold the container. I was testing out which containers would probably work best for this project, and I've had a bunch of these clear plastic tubs for a while, and I need something clear so I can set the yellowed plastic inside of. For a better visual representation, I've drawn this diagram to show you how exactly this thing is going to work. Hey, so normally these sort of things have LED strips lining the outside of it, but because I'm a poor college student, I only bought 2 UV LED strips. I don't really want to spend another $20, so I'm just gonna use tinfoil. Okay, so I want to show you what it looks like on the inside now. See, look how shiny. Looks great. And there's the hole in the back. We're making things happen, folks. It's a prank. It's a prank. Welcome to chemistry class. Welcome to chemistry class. This is the part of the video where I pranked you. I'm teaching you chemistry. So, the chemical that I want to use for this reaction is hydrogen peroxide. You probably know what hydrogen peroxide is. It's a very common household chemical. But the thing that you would find around your house is like 2 to 3% in strength. This is 34% hydrogen peroxide. Do not mess around with this stuff. This is way more volatile. This is way more dangerous to work with. However, I'm diluting it. I don't need anything stronger than about a 10 to 15% dilution in the hydrogen peroxide that I'm using for this process. And that's why I got such a high grade peroxide, because I want to have more of it. That way I can actually submerge the parts that I'm trying to bleach during this process. The math in diluting it is right here. I worked it out in like 2 minutes. This is it right here typed out if you really are interested in it. But all I have to do with this, I got some distilled water. I'm gonna mix this in with some distilled water. That's what this math is right here. I did the math to make sure I knew how much water I was going to be putting into it, and I have the distilled water behind the green screen there. So I'm gonna mix those together right now. We'll be able to put that into the unit then, and then I'll be able to start the retrobriting process. Let's go mix those together now. Okay, perfect. This looks like the right amount for me. It's about a half gallon, which makes sense. That is what, about 1.75 liters. That is about roughly half a gallon. So I'm gonna set this down here. I'm gonna keep the cap off because I'm probably just gonna go straight into filming this next scene. But this is all ready to go. All I need to do is put on my fabric gloves right here and throw these on. If you want to check out that process and see the full in-depth tutorial on how to deep clean an NES, I will link that down below here. Other than that, I'm just going to go ahead and get on with the scene and get on with this pour, because I need to get that done here pretty soon. Hello. So I just got done with the hydrogen peroxide pour. It is sitting right here in front of me in the tub. I think it went okay. I did have a small miscalculation with the hydrogen peroxide, but I think it's going to be okay. There wasn't quite enough to cover the very top of the outer shell of the NES. But I went ahead and added just a little bit more water into it. It was about another 0.75 liters, and I did the math afterwards. So we're still sitting at roughly 9 to 10% in hydrogen peroxide. And you know what? If I have to wait a little more time for this to go through, that's okay with me. For now, I think we're good. That took a little bit. About 3 weeks ago, when I filmed that last part, I have since replaced the peroxide of choice for the video, and carefully disposed of the other peroxide. You'll see in the Gamer's Fix video that the screws that I was using to weigh down the plastic and the peroxide wound up being not the best choice. They started corroding in the peroxide, which is a really great foresight I wish I would have had before putting metal in the peroxide, but I guess I wasn't thinking. So with the new peroxide, I wound up using the same putty, but some glass marbles and rocks that I had laying around, because I had a rock collection when I was 4 years old, and I dug up said rock collection that had glass rocks. Anyways, I've got the result here. The plastic looks so nice. Look at it. No yellowing. Okay, well, the video just yellowed on me there, but look at that. Look how nice it is. Anyways, I'm gonna go put that together now. Once again, you can see the full result of this on the Gamers Fix channel. That will be posted about the same time that this one is, so there should be no issue in you checking out the end result there, but that's about all there is to this. I'm really glad with the Retrobright container that I got, with 3 blacklight strips and the amount of peroxide that I was able to ascertain in the end for this project. All things turned out pretty good. I'm very happy with the result. Now that I have everything here, all I can do is put it back together, and that's the end of the project. So thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, let me know. If you didn't enjoy it, also let me know. Bye.